Speed is everything. I'm telling you this because I'm at a place where I can't relate with any of my friends. That's why I'm opening this camera, to be able to talk to people. Whoever this, I don't want to die having this message with me. I want to tell it to the world. I want to tell anyone who can access this message, you need to understand that speed is everything. See, every time I move with most of my friends, it's not all of them, it's most of my friends, I just feel like they're super slow. Like, okay, it's not about me being patient. I'm patient. I mean, you don't grow muscles without being patient, you know. You don't have faith without being patient. You don't grow a business without being patient. So I can say I'm patient. It's just that people tend to not understand that time is always against you. You can have everything in order, but time will always be against you. So as an entrepreneur, as an ambitious entrepreneur, I'd rather fail 10 times, 10 times, than just sit there and calculate every step so I can focus on the one step. So I think this comes from a place where people are scared to fail, so you become focused on the next steps, like how you're going to move through the next steps, and that's what makes people fail as entrepreneurs, because by the time you make your first step, I've already made 10 different steps, you see, and I discovered newer ways to fail, and now I know how to move without one step. You see what I'm saying? So if you're inspired to be an ambitious entrepreneur, I want to emphasize on speed is everything, bro. Speed is everything. Like, speed is not just rushing, doing stuff in a rush way. Like, your quality needs to be the same, quantity, or whatever you're doing. So the quality remains the same, but just do it faster. Speed in terms of, if you're in a place where you haven't made a decision and there's a version of you who made the decision, this space right here needs to be closed faster. Like, make decisions faster. Choose one path, choose the other path. If it doesn't work out, choose the other path, move. Choose the other path, move. This is how I was able to grow a YouTube faceless empire. At the age, I'm 25, I came to the United States in 2020 when COVID started. And 5 years after that, I was just in a new country trying to discover, like, what can I do over here? 3 of those years, I was working in a warehouse, and that was hard as hell. Yeah, and I hated every single day of my life. Now look at me, I travel. I just came to Canada to see a friend. I'm in his place right now in Canada, and this is where I work. My computer is right here. So I work right here, and this is basically my office. I can move around with it anywhere, you know. Doesn't matter if I have clothes or not. I just walk in a store, buy clothes. I didn't have running shoes, so I worked in a store, bought running shoes, bought a gym membership. Like, my life has changed so much just because I worked fast, you know. Me to quit my job, I made the decision fast. They say wait 2 weeks. You have to put a 2 weeks notice. I was like, if I'm quitting, I'm not putting any 2 weeks notice in here, bro. Yeah, so you have to understand, speed is everything. I didn't want to go back, so I wanted to burn that bridge. So I didn't have a chance to go back. So all I had to do was work towards my goals. And I think that's one thing that made me even work harder. And I tried 22 business models, failed in all of them before I found out YouTube. So you get what I'm trying to say, speed. So anytime someone introduces a new business idea to me, I can analyze and tell this will not work because I have done 22 business models in less than a year, bro, you know. And at one point, before everything came into play, everything fell off, you know. Everything fell off. But you know what I did? I learned a new skill fast, bro. The YouTube stuff, I learned it fast. And that's the only way I can outwork my competition, because in any niche, because I'm posting faceless content, right? In any niche that I go to, I analyze how my competitors work. I work the same amount they work, and I use my speed to outwork them. You see what I'm saying? So speed can take you a long way, not just to grow from where you are, but even outworking your competition itself. So I'm not gonna emphasize more. Just lock the fuck in and focus on speed, bro. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur, focus on speed. I'm gonna put my email down here. If you have any topic you wanted to ask, if you wanted to just chat with me, you can send me an email. But I'm gonna leave you with this: focus on speed, bro. Make your decisions faster, because you're dealing with people like me who will outwork you just because I'm faster. Just because I work faster, I'm always gonna outwork you. Your competition are hungry people. They're hungry. They want it as bad, more bad than you ever gonna think, bro. Like, they don't have another option. Burnt all their bridges. You still have a job. You still have your parents. You still live in your mom's house. You still have this and this. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's like, I'm not saying you should burn all of that. I'm just saying you need to understand where your competitors are. They just more hungry, bro. They can barely sleep. They sleep hungry. The last money they had, they bought an iPhone, maybe a computer, or maybe pay for the Wi-Fi. They don't have money for next month. And you're out here moving slow. You're cooked. You're cooked. Entrepreneurship is a jungle, bro. And I need you to understand that. And the only way you can move through the jungle is moving fast. Speed. If you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe, and I'm gonna make more for sure. See you on the next video.